If you're very lucky, you'll see some of these things once in your lifetime. You only need to be in the right place at the right time. If you don't, we've got you covered, and we'll keep you wowed on what's happening around and about, and you can live vicariously through our channel. Now, just take a minute and hit the subscribe button. Now that's out of the way, here goes. Number 10. Golden Chocolate Oscar. The Golden Awards, or simply known as the Oscars, are the dream awards for many artists all over the world. The glamorous awards come with all good tidings and recognition for the celebrities. But have you ever wondered how these Golden Oscar chocolates are made? Stay tuned, we'll let you know. The process begins by tempering about 1,000 pounds of the chocolate in a machine heated at 80 degrees Celsius. The aim is to achieve a glossy look. Before you try this at home, please note that the chocolate used is not your ordinary chocolate. The Oscar chocolates are strictly made by cacao berry bittersweet chocolate. This chocolate is rich in cocoa and has a rich taste. It also has low contents of peanut butter, and its fluidity is low compared to other ordinary chocolates. After being prepared, they're put in a fridge to set well. The good news is, even if the nominees don't get the Oscars, they get a chance to indulge in the delicious chocolate. Have you ever had a taste of this chocolate? Share with us. Number 9. Transmission lines. This is probably the scariest of them all. Perhaps kids are the only people who are not terrified of transmission lines. It's easy for you to spot a child playing innocently near them. So when your child informs you that he or she wants to be a transmission worker, what comes to your mind? Being a transmission worker is probably one of the most challenging and risky professions in the world. Imagine dealing with life-threatening challenges on a daily basis. So if we didn't have these workers, then maybe you wouldn't be enjoying the benefits of electricity, such as a hot shower or your computer. TSK constructed the geothermal line for the federal electricity, and this means that transmission workers have to go up the line to check up and sort the transmission line sometimes when they break down, although this is not a daily occurrence. We found footage shot in Mexico of a transmission line worker in a risky scenario. The man is almost electrocuted, but he puts on a brave face and completes the task ahead. This profession is not for the faint-hearted, I tell you. Number 8. Method of freezing soap bubbles. Kids love playing with bubbles, and sometimes we wonder why we can't just freeze these bubbles and keep the kids happy. But did you know that you actually can freeze the bubbles? And they look better than plain water when frozen. All this intriguing phenomenon was captured by some videographers, as seen in the picture. Ice crystals gather round the bubble. This creates an illusion of something like a unique bulb. I know you're probably curious to know how the bubbles freeze. Although the physics behind it hasn't been studied, it occurs in two ways. The first is when isothermally cold bubbles produce a strong Marangoni flow to produce the supercool snow-like glove effect. The second occurrence happens when a cold stage happens in a warm environment, leading to a bottom-up freeze that only lasts for a short while and ends when poor conduction occurs near the bubble. Number 7. A full circle rainbow. What comes to mind when you see a rainbow? Probably the fact that it rained and the sun came out. Seeing a rainbow probably lightens our spirits, as the arch is beautiful with all its colours. You may think that a rainbow is just an arch, but today this video will shock you like never before. A rainbow is not just an arch but a full circle. If you don't believe me, then have a look at these images. Images of full circle rainbows have been caught on camera. A few examples are from pilots who get a good glimpse of the full circle rainbow while flying planes in the skies. Rainbows are formed when raindrops and sunlight meet. What you didn't know, and you know now, is that they form a circle and not an arch. We only see it in arches, as other sections of the rainbow are blocked. The sun's height also dictates the size of the rainbow you see. The higher you climb, the more you get to see. Maybe the next time you're on that plane, pray that you get a chance to experience this breathtaking phenomenon. And when you do, please take lots of pictures and share with us. Some mountain climbers have also claimed seeing the full circle moon. Number 6. Helicopter used in power tower transmission. The installation of power towers has always been a demanding task. When it comes to installations in places like mountains, swamps and forests, it's even more challenging. People on duty had to do line patrolling, carry heavy materials, and this is not a cheap affair, especially for countries that are on a strict budget. The good news is that now helicopters have come to the rescue and are completing the task faster than human labour. The choppers can easily erect towers and place them where directed after they've been designed. This is technology on another level. Do you agree? Number 5. The flood tunnels in Tokyo. Tokyo is a city of planners with many great architectural designs in its skyscraper buildings. What you probably didn't know about Tokyo is that it contains a flood tunnel building, and the building was constructed as a precaution in its many flooding incidents, when the rivers break their banks or when the drainage systems are strained and can't hold any more water. The flood tunnel will probably scare you if you enter, but in the building you're safe from any possible flooding situation, even the worst tsunami. The tunnel sits along gas and subway lines, and you should probably visit Tokyo to get a glimpse of this record-breaking tunnel. Number 4. Process of making sugar. Sugar is probably something most of us can't quit even when a doctor warns us. Sugar production is a huge industry that's still growing over the years. Countries like China, Indonesia and the United States are in the list of countries that import sugar the most. So if you ever wondered how sugar is made, this will definitely vary from one country to the other. Sugar commonly grows in tropical climates. After reaching its ideal height, it's harvested by machines or hand before being transported to a sugar mill for processing. During the milling process, water is extracted by diffusion. When all the water is removed, you're left with sugar crystals that undergo crystallization, and from here, manufacturers can decide on what kind of sugar to produce. Number 3. Spotless water meal. You're probably wondering what this is. But did you know that it's used as a meal in some countries? The spotless water meal can be seen mostly around lakes or other water bodies. They're formed when algae multiply, especially around the still waters. The spotless water meal is used as food in Southeast Asia as a seasoning for omelettes. Scientists argue that the plant contains fatty omega acids and proteins like those found in soy peas and beans. And those are not the only nutritional benefits. They also contain magnesium, calcium, and not forgetting vitamin B12. There are predictions from nutritionists that this plant will hit the market and be consumed like chia seeds. What are your thoughts? Maybe when you come across it, you should try it on your smoothie instead of spinach. Number 2. Worm omelette. Imagine indulging in a worm omelette for breakfast. This is probably not your ideal kind of omelette, but don't be too quick to dismiss it. It has loads of nutritional benefits, and it probably is tastier than you would imagine. This unique dish was introduced to the world by one woman in Vietnam. The woman is none other than Chef Li Lang, who first served the dish in her restaurant. The omelette is prepared from some live sea worms. However, she shares that she was taught how to make the dish by her grandmother. The delicacy is now popular at the restaurants and even for tourists who visit the country. Number 1. Whale's heart. Who's ever spotted a whale heart? I know most of you probably haven't. However, if you're ever close to the Royal Ontario Museum in Toronto, Canada in 2014, you would have seen this discovery that made headlines all over the world. All this happened when a carcass of a female blue whale was spotted at the beach. This shocking discovery excited many who flocked to the scene. Scientists were more amazed and went ahead to preserve the massive whale heart through a process known as plastination. The process involves replacing water and fat with plastic. What's shocking is that the specimens do not decay after the process, nor smell. How cool is that? All the time we had to keep your mind in wonder. Which of these things would you really like to see if you had an opportunity? You can only choose one. Choose wisely. Who knows, your wishes might ring true one of these fine days. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up my next video.